everyone, and welcome back. It's Gina from orchidandopal.com, and I am thrilled to bring you the next bi-monthly subscription box by BeadingSchool. It's called BeadingSchool Academy, and as you can see, the theme for this one is called Tulip Mania. I'll leave the link for the subscription right down below the video. There's lots of information for you to go over because this is so much more than just a box that arrives every 2 months. They've put so much thought into this behind the scenes, not only into what specific materials are included, but they've also put together multiple projects and workshops, articles, and other inspiring information to help you make the most of your subscription. The one that I'll be sharing today is the fuchsia level. They've got a couple different levels of boxes. The one below this is called the turquoise level, but with this fuchsia, you get more contents included and more perks to your subscription overall. Spots have been filling up really quick, and this subscription has been selling out every single time. They keep adding more spots as time goes on to try to meet the demand. So if you've been wanting to get in on this one, you'll definitely want to do that if you see some spots available. For a limited time, you'll also get some free gifts for signing up, which for now looks like an adorable BeadingSchool notebook, great for planning your projects. And you can sign up for one box or pay for them one at a time, or you can sign up for a whole 6 months or a year's worth of boxes at a bit of a discount. So that's up to you. They've got some choices there. And this one runs at about 99 euros every 2 months, and they ship worldwide. So no matter where you are or what currency you use, it's easy to check out on their site. They'll convert that automatically to your currency of choice. Let's go ahead and get into this one and see what's inside Tulip Mania. Oh, these colors look gorgeous. I'm seeing lots of sparkle already, lots of Preciosa and different crystals, and a wonderful theme for the springtime as we head into the warmer months. We have so much to take a look at. I'm going to get organized, then I'll come back and we'll take a look at everything close up one at a time. All right, let's go ahead and get into it and get started with the Preciosa crystals. First of all, we have this bag of these two 18mm Preciosa Rivoli crystals in Vitriol Light. So we have these absolutely stunning focal crystals with the combination of light aqua and a little bit of lavender and some blue. And I have one flipped over to the back so you can see what that looks like. Such a great way to get started with this box, I think. Up next is a bag containing two 14mm Rivolis in Rose Opal. So pretty with that fire inside of that light pink kind of milky glass, and you can see the back. These are both in excellent shape and bring a little bit of light pink into our palette. Next, we have a 12x12 Preciosa cushion cut cab in violet. Stunning, sparkling lavender stone with the rounded edges in that four-sided shape. And moving down sizes, we have some 8mm Preciosa chatons in Rose Opal. There's 6 pieces. Absolutely stunning, and I'm just moving them a little bit under the light so you can see that gorgeous fiery sparkle from within that light pink. And I love how we have 6 of these, perfect to make multiple components for a bracelet or earrings if you want to. And then we have a couple bags of sew-on settings with crystals. These are the 5x10mm glass navettes. We have purple velvet in the gold setting, and then we have aqua opal in the silver setting. Here is a look at the purple selection with that faceted glass and the setting there in the gold tone that's got 2 holes that run alongside the bottom, perfect for bead weaving or embroidery. And then there's a look at the aqua opal. This one has that kind of milky glass that we expect, and of course that silver tone setting, also with the 2 holes that run along the bottom. We also have some round sew-on crystals. We have the 4mm Preciosa in purple velvet. They have the gold tone setting. And then we also have the 6mm Preciosa in fuchsia with the gold setting. And here's a closer look at these. I've just placed 4 of the smaller 4mm ones on my hand. They actually included 10 of those purple ones and 4 of the fuchsia. Our next bag contains 4 of the 8mm Preciosa nacre cabochons in light burgundy. I've shared these before. They've got the layers of nacre, which make them feel very much like freshwater pearls, and that coating is nice and satiny smooth, this time with that deeper reddish purple. And we also have 2 bags of Preciosa bicones. We have the 3mm in light amethyst and the 4mm in rose opal. There's our light amethyst color, so sparkly and perfectly cut, no additional coating, and they are transparent. And then we have a handful of the rose opal, which coordinates really well with some of the other crystals that we had seen in the same color combination, the milky light pink glass with that little bit of a fiery sparkle from within. And this gives us a slightly larger bicone size to work with. Next, we have some 12mm Preciosa nacre pearls in light burgundy. These are a great option if you were used to using Swarovski pearls. They have a great feel from the weight of them to the coating on the outside and the variations of colors that they have to offer. And I like how we're getting in some of this deeper reddish purple, just like we had with the nacre cabochons, that give us some depth to some of these lighter pastels. Let's look at some of these seed beads next. Of course, we get a selection of high-quality Miyuki Japanese glass seed beads with our Beading School Academy boxes. So important for sure when we're doing bead weaving projects, especially bezeling with all those beautiful stones below. And this time we have a package of some 8-0 Miyuki seed beads. These are in metallic gold iris. So this has a great combination of some of the deeper burgundy, purple, blue, a little bit of green, and of course that antique gold color. Next up we have 2 varieties of size 11-0 Miyuki round seed beads. On the left is more metallic gold iris, of course this time in just a smaller size, and then we have the beautiful metallic raspberry with that rich burgundy berry color. And we have 3 different selections of size 15-0 Miyuki round seed beads. First, the metallic raspberry all the way on the left. Also the metallic gold iris, giving us yet another size of both of those 2. And we have the matte nickel plated, giving us another neutral, this time in a cooler tone. And not only that, we have some Miyuki 11-0 size Delica beads. On the left is the Duracoat galvanized matte light pewter, and on the right is the metallic raspberry gold iris with its gorgeous luster, that pinkish purple color in the background, and the coating that brings us some pops of different colors in that metallic shine. Next, let's get into the selection of Czech glass flowers and petals that we have this month that of course are very appropriate for the Tulip Mania theme, starting out with our 11x16mm tulip beads in golden pink. We have these gorgeous light pink opaque glass tulip beads that are pressed. They're the same on both sides, and they have the gold wash that settles into those details and the hole that runs through the length of these beads. Next, we have the 8x12mm tulip bud beads in purple violet. This is a little bit more of a rustic combination where we have those pops of vibrant purple, but also that more stone-like quality where we have those browns and tans that are modeled in along with that purple color. And again, these are the pressed glass beads that are the same on the front and the back with a hole that runs through the length. And then last for our pressed flowers, we have the 9x9mm lily beads in chalk white green luster. We have a very, very light background that is almost grayish with the golden wash that again settles into the details on yet another beautiful shape of pressed Czech glass flowers that are the same on both the front and the back, and you can see the hole there that runs up and down through these beads. They have also included 2 bags of the 7x8mm Czech glass rose petals. We have the jade terracotta red on the left and the chalk white lila vega luster on the right. And here are both of those in exactly the same shape, just the 2 different colors. They make for some gorgeous floral bead weaving projects when you put these petals together and form them into an entire floral shape. They've got the dimensional petals that have a look of movement and a slight curve to them, and are sort of a rounded 3-sided shape with a hole that is located in the corner of one side. They also have a very generous selection of the Czech glass faceted round fire polish beads and also some of the round druk beads. And since we're very familiar with those shapes, I won't take them out of the bags. You can see them very clearly inside, starting with our largest fire polish, which is the 6mm selection in chalk white lila luster, the beautiful light pink opaque glass with that slightly metallic, transparent, shiny coating that's over the top. Moving to our smaller sizes, we have the 4mm in gold bronze. So this sort of antique bronze or brass neutral metallic, which is bringing in a little bit of a deeper tone to our palette. Then we have 2 selections in the 3mm size, getting even smaller, starting with the chalk white lila luster in this size, again with that light pastel pink. And some crystal bronze vega, which is gorgeous. There's some variation in the colors and the coating going on, and they're super sparkly and bring us some different types of metallic tones with sort of a deep berry undertone. And then our final bag of fire polish and smallest size is in the bronze, and as usual, beautifully faceted, coordinating with our palette. And what's so great about getting all these different sizes is it makes it a dream to put together multiple pieces directly from one subscription box. Not only do they provide so many projects with these Academy boxes, but if you want to play around and try to come up with your own things, there's so much selection here in terms of the types of materials and sizes that are in coordinating colors to go along with the palette, which makes it so inspiring and fun. And now for our round beads, we actually start out with the Preciosa nacre pearls. These are in the pearlescent blue. So these are the pearls and not druks, again with the layers of nacre and that beautiful satiny finish. And then we have 2 bags of glass rounds. We have the 4mm and the 3mm, both in the turquoise luster Picasso. They have that light metallic shiny coating over top of that turquoise green opaque glass. And we still have a lot to look at, including other shapes and sizes of Czech glass, including some multi-hole beads like these 2-hole daggers, the 5x16mm in chalk white lila luster, perfect for using in a floral design with these elongated petal-like shapes. And you can see how they have the 2 holes that run through the top of these daggers, which I happen to love with the dagger beads. It provides another level of security so those daggers aren't flopping around on you when you're trying to incorporate them into a design. They have a smooth and glossy coating, and they come to a slight point at the bottom. And then we have some 6mm 2-hole cabochon beads in chalk white iris. Could perhaps use these as a center of a flower type of component since they are a bead but act as sort of a cabochon. They've got the domed top and the flat bottom with the 2 holes that run through the base of the bead and a beautiful pinkish purple color and smooth and shiny coating. And then lastly, for the 2-hole beads, I believe, we have some 3x7mm storm duos in chalk white lila gold luster. That golden luster is very apparent over the top as you move them under the light, and underneath you get the splotches of caramel and cream along with the dusty pink in these slightly wavy shapes with a hole that runs through either side towards those pinched edges. We still have more Czech glass though. We've got some single hole beads. We have next our 11x8mm glass drops in chalk white blue luster. So there's 4 included. The hole runs up and down the length of the bead. They'd be gorgeous, used as drops at the bottoms of earrings if you chose to use them that way. And you can see how the blues and the greens are brought together, and they even have a little bit of an antiqued look with some of that sheer deep gold. Included are also some 4x6mm Diablo beads in jet bronze, and I think I've also seen these called pellet beads. When you're looking at these face on, they are completely round. You have that circle on the top and the bottom, and they are like a barrel shape that get slightly pinched in the center. The hole runs through the center of that bead, and you can use them to hold a stone in place, or you can incorporate seed beads around them, just like we have in the example picture right here on the box. There they are, used in this very ornate beaded flower, and you can see how they're encased in 2 rows of seed beads. We also have 2 bags of 3x5mm Czech glass geckos in chalk white blue luster and chalk white lila luster. Generous quantities of these too, and they offer us yet another petal-like shape if you want to incorporate those in a beaded flower. And they're also great for beaded fringe because they are pretty small. They come to a point at the bottom, and they have the hole that runs through the top. So think of these as a compressed mini dagger-like shape. And this color selection is just gorgeous. The chalk white blue luster, you get the blues and greens coming together with the luster, slightly metallic coating, and a little bit of those earthy tones. And not that we don't already have enough here to play around with, but we have some other findings and metallic components and even a little bit of ribbon that they've included to go along with our theme. First, I have a bag containing some 7mm silk ribbon in mint. Gorgeous color to go along with our theme in this fresh light green color and lightweight silky ribbon that would be great for using as some type of stringing material, perhaps for a pendant. We also have some of these glass drops, the 14x22mm size in lilac with the gold colored setting. These are so pretty, how the light passes right through them, and they have the beautiful faceting that gives the glass so much dimension and sparkle, and the light purple color that coordinates with our materials below. We also have an 8x10mm tulip charm, pink in a gold setting. That is so dainty and sweet, and even has a little bit of rhinestone worked into the bottom. Got like a little bit of a leaf and vine-like shape and encases that light pink stone beautifully with a loop at the top. Next, we have some 15mm blooming tulip metal components in the gold color. These have so much dimension and detail. They have a hole there at the center, and there's a look at the back of these components. So you could perhaps add a bead to the center or some type of a crystal to finish those off and incorporate those in some beadwork. Next, we have a 19x51mm tulip charm, gold color. And you can see this has two different components. You have the stem with the little leaves, and you have the floral portion itself that are linked together and have lots of different spots for incorporating with beads. Two different loops on that stem portion, a loop on the floral portion at the base, and then of course all that open space in the floral link there as well. And you could even use these as connectors, perhaps in an asymmetrical necklace design using one connector on either side. Next, we have some 18 by 20 millimeter Turkish Rococo filigree in the gold color. And these are in sort of an antique gold, again with the different openings and spots where you could get really creative beading directly onto this or around it, or keeping just as simple as you like. Next are the 16 millimeter spring flower ear studs with cubic zirconia, and they are also in the gold color. Beautiful post earring findings. And you can see that rhinestone crystal that's right in the center. They have a 5-petal shape and a small loop at the bottom of one of the petals where you could attach some of your beadwork. Next is a 17 millimeter Tulip box clasp. Quality of this feels great, and of course it's got lots of detail to go along with our theme, and this is sort of in the antique golden color as well. There's a look at the side and also a look at the back. You can see how smooth and shiny that back is, and it's got a decent thickness, and you just pinch that apart into its two different sides. And last but certainly not least, we have some 14 by 20 millimeter Tulip toggle clasps in antique bronze. A great way to wrap up this Tulip Mania theme with some tulip themed toggle clasps in the antique golden color. Not only does it have the tulip design on the bar, but also a little bit there on the loop component. I am so in love with these Beading School boxes, and I hope you can see why. I mean, look at all these amazing high quality items that we get inside, and just the thought behind everything that's included, and how there's a purpose for everything that unfolds throughout the next couple of months as new articles are released and new projects and patterns that go along with these boxes. And of course, the community of Beading School Academy subscribers who come together on a regular basis to share their pieces and ideas and give you even more inspiration for these contents. I typically like to come back and share a tutorial from these boxes also, so I can't wait to put something together and hopefully do that in the near future. And definitely check out the link below to be taken directly to the Beading School Academy page, where you can find out all the details and perks of each of these subscriptions and find out more about the different levels. Again, this is the fuchsia level, which gives you the most in terms of the quantity of materials and the perks to go along with the subscription. I think, once again, they've hit it out of the park with an amazing theme, varied contents, and all sorts of different shapes and sizes of components that you could put together to create some amazing finished pieces, multiple finished pieces simply from one box. And every time we receive these in the mail, it really feels like you're unpacking or opening up a present. The way they have everything packaged and coordinated, it's always very exciting. And no 2 months have been the same. We get different things every single time, which is excellent, especially if you are trying to learn more about bead weaving. This gives you a lot of opportunities to do that because there are projects already completed. You have the materials sent to you that you need, and your colors already picked out, so you don't have to worry about that. And every time we get one of these boxes, you'll get different things to work with, so you can broaden your horizons and work with new things. So I know I'm inspired by just looking at this bead mat full of these lovely materials. I hope you are too. I hope you enjoyed this video, and also checking out the Beading School Academy box for this time around to see a close-up look at what's inside, especially if you've been wondering if this type of box is right for you. Hopefully this gives you a good idea of what to expect, and you can check out my past unboxings for Beading School Academy in the corresponding playlist so you can see some of the past themes if you haven't already. Feel free to leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think of this particular box or theme or anything else you'd like to say. Be sure to give the video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe while you're here because I'd love to have you back, especially if I share some finished pieces from these materials and or tutorials in the near future. And definitely share this video with your other bead loving friends. That's all I have for now. I will see you all again real soon. And until next time, I hope you have a fabulous rest of your day. And as always, happy beading.